wanna keep the comparisons. I don't compare to them, we not the same at all. Be playing these niggas, that shit so embarrassing. That's why I'm glad I'm a dog. Love when you mad at her, that when she texting my phone, like pick up this me finna call.
Come in and take a seat. Welcome to Speak Easy.
Hey everybody, it's a lovely day. This is the Finding Love segment of Speak Easy. We have went through HE double hockey sticks and high water.
Yep.
To find a man and find a woman and to make sure that they had mutual interests. And today we finally got a couple here. Well, not a couple, but we have a man and a woman here. They got mutual interests. And it's their first time meeting each other. So if y'all would like to introduce yourselves to everyone, that'll be great.
Ladies first.
Wait. Oh, what am I supposed to be saying?
What's your name? Where you from? How old are you?
Hi, I'm Jerrica. I am 25 and I'm from Fordyce, Arkansas.
Red Bugs. For sure.
I'm Jay, born and raised in Jackson, Mississippi. I'm 34 years old.
Okay. That's great. So I'm gonna get into like how we do this. So basically, this is y'all first time meeting each other. We're gonna let y'all, chop it up and converse or whatever, and kind of go back and forth. We're gonna be out the way. We're gonna intervene here and there, have some questions.
Right.
We laid back. You know what I mean? We don't want to be too formal or whatever. But a part, you got about that. A part of our thing was we wanted to find people that are actually interested into meeting someone and developing a real connection.
Right.
And at the end we'll figure out if, the both of you have a mutual connection for real. You know what I'm saying? So what I want to start out with is Jay.
Okay.
How do you define love?
How do I define love? Oh man, a thousand different answers for that one. But for me, it's
Before you dive into it, when you define love, you're addressing Miss Jerrica right here. So after he gets done defining what love is to him, I want you to go ahead and define what love is to you, and then just kind of let the conversation flow. So, give y'all honest reactions to what y'all feel about each other's perspective on love. Because both of y'all might have a different one, but we did a real good job making sure y'all probably don't. So go ahead and give us your take.
okay. For me, I think my definition of love is really how much you're able to forgive a person. Because honestly, when you love a person, circumstances or life will not always present a perfect environment for things. People make mistakes. None of us are perfect. But when loving somebody, I think it's parallel to being able to forgive them and how you move through that with that person and how you can move forward and get past the thing that hurt you with that person, because that's inevitable in a relationship. We don't live in a fairy tale world. And I think that's just my honest answer about what love is.
Okay.
Miss Jerrica?
Okay,
How
I
do you
think
feel?
my definition of love is that's it. The forgiving part depends on what it is for me, but like doing right by your person
Okay.
and like don't be.
Have you ever been in love before?
I had
Do you remember like the sequence of events that kind of led up to like dang, I love this nigga.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or did he say it first? Or did you say it first? Or do you remember that feeling?
probably was like we both felt the same, so it was like on the same timing. So okay, let me just start this over. So my definition of love is just knowing.
When you felt the love, the last love you had, or how many times have you been in love?
One.
One time?
Yes.
Yeah, and you was thinking about him all day. You compromised a lot of things you
Yeah.
probably might have stood for, thought you stood for.
Yeah, I'm so nervous. I can't.
That's cool. That's how it goes.
Don't
You
worry
know what I'm
about it.
saying? That's
Yeah,
how
yeah.
it goes. It ain't no thing.
You straight.
Mm-hmm.
We just want to get your perspective in words. I know that could be difficult sometimes, especially
Right.
if you never put it in words. You know what I mean? I've been there. You know what I'm saying?
And of course, just having one, you know what I'm saying, person. So
Yeah.
we totally understand that. But what made you, you know what I'm saying, consider yourself to love him, you know, in that person? Like what was it about him that made you fall in love?
Probably the way he speak, the way he treated me, stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this then. Both of y'all actually, are y'all religious?
Yes.
You feel like God is love?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah, most certainly.
He is forgiving.
Do you feel like a person got to know God to love you correctly?
Yeah, if you
Yeah, it might. Yeah.
yeah, definitely if you're a Christian
For
and that's
sure.
the way you living, then you know that go with the whole equally yoked type thing. So that's something that you definitely cannot ignore. Again, it's definitely a piece of the puzzle.
Right.
But I think what she wanted to say when she thought about love is probably how thoughtful a man was. That's usually what it is for women. I think for us, it's about, you know, if you love somebody, you become very aware that they are present with you. Just like, you know, when you do something for yourself, it's hard to do something for yourself without thinking about them. That's, for me, that's how I know. Like, if I'm gonna go to the mall and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get something today. If I'm in love, if I'm getting something, then she probably getting something. That's just how it is because, you know, you always want to treat that person how you treat yourself. And at the end of the day, that's the golden rule. And I think that's the success that you want. You got to be able to treat people how they treat you.
That's a good answer.
And how you want to be treated. So you show them how to treat you.
Right. Now that's
And that's
real.
part of falling in love with somebody.
I agree wholeheartedly. Yeah.
Jerrica, what would you say was one of the many things that made you stay and stick it out and, let's say, a relationship? Like, what's one of them things that where it's like it's the good quality that made you stay, not because it was what
You said to stay.
to stay with a person. Like, what's one of them things that you look for in a person that's gonna make you stay if things get rough?
Probably like the respect and the trust. But in my past, it was like a little rough. So, but I stayed because it was like I knew that person probably could like be better than what he was for me.
You believe a big part of love is the willingness to grow.
Yeah.
So is that like one of the most important things in a relationship to you is growing together?
Yeah, growing, the growth for sure.
Okay. But what about physical attraction? Do you have to be physically attracted to your partner to a certain extent, even if they're not the finest?
Yeah, I feel like yes. Absolutely.
When's your birthday?
May 22nd.
You
Is
a
that
Gemini?
Yes.
Yours?
September 19th.
Okay. Virgo coming up. Okay.
Mm.
That's what's up. How was your relationship with your parents? Or
My relationship with my parents are amazing.
Yeah.
My dad passed in 2019. But
okay.
yeah,
Condolences.
we had a
Sorry to
good
hear that.
Sorry to
it's
hear
fine.
that, yeah.
We had a good relationship. Me and my mom, we like best friends.
Yeah. I love you, baby, and hugs,
Yeah.
and
Real
you
loving
feel comfortable
home.
talking to a lot of things.
Yeah.
Talking through a lot of things with them, being
Everything.
open.
Everything.
Yeah. What about you?
As far as what?
Like relationship with your parents, like upbringing, stuff like that.
Oh yeah. Overall say, you know, I think every family got their own issues, but overall, I really can't complain about the relationship that I have with my parents, honestly. It's just a blessing to be here.
Right,
and at the end of the day, you know, of course, there are some things you work through with them going from being their child and then, you know, going into being an adult, but still being their child.
Of course.
But I definitely appreciate my parents. Definitely couldn't be where I am now without them. So I would never do anything to discredit, you know, what they did for me to put me in the position I'm in.
For sure.
Yeah. What did you have both of them?
Yeah, both of my parents are still alive.
So I want you both to kind of, if y'all have any non-negotiables that y'all have or have attained over some time, speak on those, and then we just gonna really kind of let y'all just kind of, you know, vibe with each other and kind of whatever questions y'all, because this is about y'all at the end of the day. We just, moderating or whatever. So yeah, we just want y'all to kind of speak on that, and y'all can look each other in the eyes and, you know what I'm saying, break the ice and really, you feel me?
Mhm.
Demure type of thing.
No. That's not what it is.
Yeah. I was just
Okay.
start with Jay.
Non-negotiables.
Yeah.
I think we touched on it earlier as far as like religion and spirituality. For me, I think honestly it's more important to be spiritual, meaning to have a connection than what religion it is that you practice. Because a lot of times you practice what you were raised to practice. And at the end of the day, you can practice, whatever. But if you're not connected, then you have no power. That's my belief in that. As far as non-negotiables, honestly, for me, it's just the biggest one would be not having any accountability. I think
Lord, how
that's
much?
something that's
I
lacking.
think that's everybody.
We're gonna touch on it.
Yeah,
That's
that's
everybody.
a
Kinda it is.
non-negotiable for me. I think part of life is being able to mature and accept your fault or non-fault for whatever it is that's going on around you, and you being the one to be able to change your perspective about how you see things and the way that you perceive things, and it's up to you to put in the work to change what you don't like. All of us can complain about something, but you don't really want to spend your whole life complaining. So I think that's probably my biggest non-negotiable.
I feel you, brother.
Yeah.
Obvious, probably cigarette smoke. That's about it. I don't care for the smell of cigarette smoke. Other than that, just not really a whole lot of non-negotiables up front, because I think you can kind of move yourself out of an opportunity by having too much up front. I think some of the stuff that's non-negotiable, you can only learn when you get to know a person. Then you start figuring out what you can tolerate versus what I cannot tolerate. And then that's the basis of if we can have a relationship or not, because you're going to have to tolerate something at some point in time.
Absolutely.
Nobody going to check every
nobody
single
perfect.
box that you
Smooth
got.
brother right there.
I'm telling you now.
We did a good job, didn't we?
Oh, y'all did.
Ooh.
Yeah. Wait.
You got any? You had any?
What about you?
Mine, okay, I know I'm finna say this and it seems like I'm not a good communicator. I'm just nervous, but mine is definitely like communication. Like you gotta be able to communicate. And I know I'm making it look bad because I'm, but I definitely know how to communicate.
You do?
I do.
Okay. Well, that's
It's
good.
communication for me for sure.
I know I said I was gonna let y'all have it, but as far as is your communication like the same when like you're mad, sad, stressed out?
Yes. My stuff not up and down.
So you're not all
I'm not
over the
one of
place. You're
those,
not one
no.
of them that'll spaz out.
No.
Just because you're mad, you don't know how to control your emotions or nothing like that, then you're okay.
Yeah,
So you keep it cool.
I'm not doing
cool, calm,
that.
and collected. That's good.
I'm
What about
collected.
accountability though? Because my
I
brother
know
touched
how to
on that.
take, yes, I
Hold
do
on, let
know
me ask
how.
you this. So when it comes to accountability in a relationship that y'all have had in the past, do y'all think you or your partner lacked it the most, and why? We're gonna start with the young lady first.
Probably, I ain't gonna say probably, yeah, it's a mixture probably. It was a mixture.
50-50.
Yeah.
50-50.
50-50 probably for sure.
Well, I'm gonna start cock blocking, and cause we kind of leading it, so we're gonna let y'all kind of. We want y'all to get to know each other and stuff, man. You
But
know?
yeah, probably it's 50-50 for sure.
Yeah.
Because it'll be times and be looking at me like, okay, you did this, but you don't want to admit it type stuff. And I'd be like, okay. But half of the time I do it me when I'm wrong. Like I know how to take accountability for sure. Like I definitely do. When I'm wrong, I own up to it. Like, okay, I'm wrong. And I'll come to apologize.
Yeah.
Heard that.
Okay.
I apologize.
That's fair.
I think for me, of course, absolutely. I think in dating, there have definitely been times that when I was younger, not where I'm at now, but, years ago, yeah, I lacked accountability. I looked for a way to run from stuff or a way to avoid or deflect from a lot of things. And it's kind of hard in situations like that to focus on yourself because it's so easy to find fault in another person, but I think part of my growth and my journey is being able to look back and say, why didn't I want to be accountable? Or if somebody else was the cause of something, how could I alter the effect that it had on me? And I think that was the biggest thing to work through. I would definitely say I probably in the past definitely missed out on women that were good for me because of stuff, but that's growth. And I think anybody, when you get to a point that you can admit that, then you realize that you're growing. I think all of us go through that. I don't think that's something that inherently, we just born with. Life is about making mistakes, figuring out, and moving on from there, and then trying not to make the same mistake, and better yourself from the mistakes that you know that you made.
Yeah, we need y'all to kind of. It's time to go ahead, look each other eye in the eye, and chop it up, and you know what I mean. Ask whatever questions
Okay, you
they
got
have.
questions?
Yeah, I got a question. My question, all right, my first question would probably be, what are some of your 3 to 5 year goals?
3 to 5 year. In 3 to 5 years.
Where do you see yourself? Who would you like to be, or at that point in your life, 3 to 5 years from now?
In 3 to 5 years, I plan on being way more established than where I am now. Probably a mother. And I'm getting back in school probably. So probably by then, dentist probably for sure.
A dentist?
Yeah.
That's what you want to be?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what does established look like for you? Because I know we say established, and that can look like, establishment could be overnight, establishment could be a 10 or 12 year thing. So what does establishment look like for you? You know what I'm saying? I know you mentioned dentistry, so
Yeah,
I know in a career field like that takes a little bit of time to achieve. So do you think that you've done the work to prepare for something, or the type of schooling that's required to do something like that?
Probably not yet. No, not right now, but probably like in a couple more weeks I will be starting. So within them little years, yeah. Mm-mm.
You got questions for me, or should I answer my own question?
I mean, you can.
You can?
I mean, 'cause
3 to 5 years for me, man, honestly, I just see myself married, hopefully, kids. I don't have any kids, and honestly, just beginning to make that footprint in my legacy and where it is that I'm going. I'm pretty established in my career. From what I could say, I've been in healthcare nearly 10 years now, currently working on my doctorate degree. So I think establishment for me, I've been there, I've done that. And, I don't mind being patient while somebody else establishes themselves, because I know how much time it took me to get to where I'm at, and that's not overnight. That took a lot of sacrifice, a lot of dedication. And honestly, I wish that I probably did all that I've done or accomplished with somebody, because it's definitely harder when you do it by yourself. So
scared of this nigga here, boy.
Me too. I'm like,
He got all the answers.
He got all the answers.
My bad, y'all.
I'm just saying, like, that's just. I mean, you gotta have a plan for what you're trying to do, because I think, like, in building relationships, it's easy to have the I find you attractive point.
Right.
But it's got to be. It's so much more that go into a relationship than that. It's based off where they at in their life. Where are you in your life? Are you willing to compromise some of the things about where you are versus to help them to get to where they are? So again, it's about being open and also being selfless, because like I said, if you're trying to love somebody, then you have to be able to consider them on all levels, but you also have to be able to set a boundary and a threshold for what's too long for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't always give everybody all the time in the world to waste your time. You do have to come up with a time frame in yourself that you're willing to do with this person, and for them to show you progress that they're making. Because a lot of people say, well, I have goals and I want to do this and I want to do that, but they're not actively taking steps to pursue those goals.
Right. So you basically saying you don't have to be fully established when you're trying to pursue someone. You saying like if you got goals and they working towards it, then that's cool.
Yeah, because honestly, I think majority of people out here are not really where they want to be. And
Yeah.
a lot of times if you've accomplished a lot of stuff, you'll figure out when you accomplish something, you'll figure out, oh, well, I did that. And then you'll create another goal. So a lot of times you continue to build on that. You say, oh, all I want is that, but you achieve that. And then you naturally want to do more if you're the ambitious type of person.
Yeah, to piggyback off of what he said, so I think it's a big misconception when it comes to women and men and dating as far as that dynamic, because men don't really factor in what their woman is bringing in. I mean, you got some men want to know, but that's not a deciding factor if they want to deal with you, your finance or what you got going on. It's great that you're intentional about where you're going and things like that, what you want to do. That's all great, but that's not gonna be the deciding factor, because as a partner, the things that I need for me on my path and my purpose, it ain't got nothing to do with your job.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? So I just wanted to say that you need to have those characteristics, of course, and but I feel like it's like a influx of women that like their titles and their degrees. It's like that's what validate them. So they kind of focus on that more than having genuine relationships. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Not to butt in on y'all, but it was. Yeah.
What do you have to say to that?
So what he said?
Yeah.
You said communication was a big, so
Right.
you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's cool.
Because I just told y'all, like, I'm so nervous.
But like, so
It was
like,
like I can't
okay.
even think right now.
So let me ask you this. So as far as like a man being fully established or somewhat heading towards that way, would you pursue a guy like that? Like if he was on his way to get there, if he had potential.
Yeah,
But
because
let's say nothing popping off though. He may not have it right now.
Okay, but I believe
he's
in you. I
working
know you're
towards
gonna make it. So
Okay, boom. I'm glad you said that, because let's just say, okay, he's been in the field for a long time. Matter of fact, let's add, for sake of the work that we done to make this happen, that
Right.
they're both in the medical field.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So that's a recipe for good things
Right.
outside looking in. You know what I'm saying? I just want to put that in there. Yeah, but hey, what else was I gonna say?
See, they're both in the
You
medical
don't even know.
field.
Anyway, yeah, they both in the medical field, but he was already interested in you. So whatever question that you really have as far as having a partner, long term, short term, feel free to ask him. He done answer everything else. He done got an A+. You know what I'm saying? So hey, try him. Try him, because
how you really feel,
look, one thing about women, once you get down the line and you already got that, that's when you start to compromise your standards, your boundaries, and start lying to yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's better to get it all out and to be able to, gauge where you want to go in the beginning, you know what I'm saying, than be talking to your homegirl and her trying to convince you to leave later, or her to convince you it ain't what it is later, you know what I mean? So I understand you said, it's hard for you to think right now, you know what I mean? But take your time and, you know what I'm saying, kind of, you really want to get to know what you really want to know. You want to go ahead, you want to ask that for sure. Now, as far as him having so many years in, life throws curveballs at you. So let's just say he got fired or he got laid off. Y'all almost a year in. You know what I mean? What are your thoughts about, how you moving forward?
oh, I'm a step up.
Prime
I have
example.
no.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna step up. I'm gonna take care of the rest, because we
Okay,
example.
scenario.
it
Okay,
from
go
the
ahead.
beginning.
I was gonna say Acrimony, the movie Acrimony. Have y'all both seen it?
I ain't seen it.
Acrimony, okay.
I
Well,
have,
basically
but I
what
don't
happened.
remember.
You seen it?
Yeah, I think
Well,
so.
the dude was working and he was trying to get to where he wanted to be, and the woman ended up leaving him
Yeah, I seen it
because,
before.
you know what I'm saying, he didn't get to where he needed to be. He was using up all her money, all her resources, everything, house, fucking lost all that. So, but after she left him,
He then
Then
found somebody else.
that's when he got successful.
Yeah.
And he blew up, and he ended up giving a $10 million check for all the damages that he caused and all the stress and all that, which it really, in my opinion, wasn't worth $10 million, but he gave her $10 million. But you know what I'm saying? She was.
You don't think she deserved the 10?
Not at all.
Do you think she deserved something?
Yeah, he gave.
What would you, if you was
me
him,
personally?
yeah.
I say probably 2. I give her $2 million.
Out of how many he got?
He had billions. It ain't about what
No,
he got.
I don't remember what the number was.
Yeah, I can't remember how much he had. It was. I think it was in the billions. If I'm not
It was in the billions?
Cool. Was it billions?
So
Hundreds of millions.
he got a lot more than 10 million.
He got a way lot more. For
Well,
somebody to give you 10 million, you know they well off.
Okay.
Okay. So he gave her 10 million. She still wasn't happy. You know what I'm saying? She was trying to wreck his new relationship, even though she left. She left him when he was down, out, didn't think he wasn't gonna be nothing. And then he ended up being a successful guy. And she left. He got with somebody else, and she tried to get back, but she didn't know he was with somebody else prior to until she actually came to his penthouse or whatever and seen, dang, he engaged. And then she did the okie doke. She said, hey, I'm the fiance. Boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? Hit her with a ring like you see that, and then tried to shake her hand. But she was bitter about that. But I mean, should you really be bitter if you're the one that left though?
No.
So you asking her, did she think he? So what was you asking her?
So I'm basically asking, like, to the point when it comes to holding a person down, and you choose to leave and they become successful, would you be bitter like that, or would you just say, you know what?
No, because it was me that left, so I can't be mad at that. Like at that point, it was me not believing in him or believing in what he can be, basically. So stuff in love.
So boom, check this out. Everything goes great. It's a year in. Y'all end up moving together. Not saying that this is his preferred setup, but he paid the bills, the bulk of the bills. You paid the small bills, and then that happened as far as him losing his job or something, and you saying like you gonna hold it down. So are you saying that now until he get back on his feet or get another job or whatever the case may be, you're gonna foot all the bills?
Yes, if I have
No
to,
question?
I will. Yes, no question. I believe in 50-50. I believe in the 17, 100, the 25,
Yeah.
30.
But
like,
is there a time
yeah.
frame for that though? How
Time frame
long
of
will
whenever.
you do that? You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of people be like, hey, it's a time frame. Like if you don't get your shit together in 3 months, 2 months, a month,
No.
you know, what's the time frame for that?
And you're
Because
with that
sometimes it can
person?
get overwhelming.
I mean, yeah.
He might have been holding it down for 6 years, and then he lost and can't find another job till another year, good paying job. How long will you hold it down though?
Until he get back on his feet.
So it's no time frame.
No.
If it takes another 6 years.
So
Another 6 years, well, we're just gonna be in there another 6 years, and I'll be there.
outside of y'all two,
Honestly, like I really would.
outside of y'all two, who gonna know about his situation?
Me and him. I don't.
So your home girl, your best,
No.
your mama.
I don't do none of that.
So you don't
I
discuss
don't go
your
back.
relationships with none of your friends or
No.
none of your family?
No.
Okay, that's good.
Like
You
when
smooth too.
No,
Yeah,
I do
you
not.
is. You
So
is.
who do you
Because I
talk
feel
to
like who do I talk to?
when it get rough? If you don't go to the ones in your immediate circle.
It's real.
Because I feel like
honestly,
all of us at some point in time need somebody to,
Eventually.
yeah, to just, whether you seeking counsel or opinion or not, like,
Well, it probably would be my mama.
okay.
What you think she'll say? Honestly, baby. Well, no, it would be like, Mama, I'm in a situation. I don't know what's going on. Something happened with the job. This whole time, he been paying the bulk of the stuff, and he lost his job or whatever. And now, I've been footing the bill for the last 2 months, but it's hard, like, you know what I mean? We kind of barely get, even though that they pay, but we barely kind of making it. So I just want to know what, how you feel about it or whatever. What you think your mama say?
Honestly, because the way that I was raised and the way that I see my mom and them move and stuff, because it'd be like, we was raised on taking care of your person, your spouse or whatever. So she would probably be like, just stick it out. Honestly.
Shout out to mama. That's
Yeah, for real. That's
right,
real.
yeah,
That's
for
real. So whenever you go through like trials and tribulations and stuff like that, when do you talk to your friends about your problems or anything that's going on with your life?
Problems.
And be for real, because we know about the
Yeah,
tea
I mean,
parties.
you
We
know.
know about the tea parties.
I know the group messages, you know what I'm saying? The
I
group
got
We don't
messages
talk
be
about
dropping.
none of that.
I
Like,
got
we don't
homegirls
talk.
call me with the tea.
We
You
do
know what I'm
not talk
saying?
about none of that
So, you
in
know.
group. I don't do no that group message stuff anyways.
Yeah.
But honestly, what I do, I get a journal and I write everything
Oh, okay. So you don't
out.
discuss
I
anything
really
with your
don't.
friends?
No.
Nothing at all?
Nothing that
Personal?
personally, no.
Okay.
Like, I
Well,
literally have like a lot of journals, and if I feel like I'm having a bad day or something, I get my journal out writing it.
I feel you. I just wanted to touch back on that because I know you said that you didn't talk to your friends. Then you say you didn't talk to
Yeah,
your
not
mom.
when it
but-
comes to
I feel like we doing too
relationship.
much talking. They need to talk to each other.
When it comes to
Yeah,
relationships,
yeah,
no.
yeah. We're going to
What
let y'all
is
chop it
going
up.
on?
Yeah.
But, you know what I'm saying? I was just curious about that though because you said you didn't talk to your friends
No,
and
when
didn't
it
talk
comes
to
to
your mom or
relationships,
anything.
all
But
that talking to your friends and stuff after them, because then you're gonna be having their opinion. Then it's gonna be coming back to you like, oh well, maybe. Then you looking at your partner, thinking about what your friend said or your mama said, like, you know.
Jay,
For me,
what you think
I
about what she said?
I mean, I don't have a problem with how she chooses to handle that, but for me, if I'm going through a tough time, I'm definitely talking to those in my inner circle, but I'm definitely talking to them in a way not to, per se, bash the person that I'm with. I think you have to protect that person too, especially if you're in a situation where you know that you want to stay, because it make you look silly in the end. You know, you talk bad about a person to the ones that you're around all the time, and then you bring them around. Now they in a difficult situation because they might not know the conversation that you had with the person. So I think you can definitely talk about what you're going through, but also protect the image of somebody that you care about
How do you
without
do that?
changing their perspective. Well, I think you pick and choose very carefully what it is that you choose to discuss.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't think you do anything to necessarily put the other person in a bad light. Like I said, I think you got to protect your person, but it's very easy to be talking to your circle and create the picture that benefits you. So I
you really
think,
got to use your discernment because we don't know, because this is like a broad conversation, but we don't know this specific situations where it might be something where you want to vent, because you can vent without saying certain things where somebody
Yeah.
have an opportunity to be like, oh, she such and such and such and such, you know what I'm saying? Because she did whatever, you know what I mean?
well, I think that just come with being a good listener. Like for me, with a lot of my friends, I'm the listener. Every time somebody want to talk to you about something, doesn't absolutely mean that they looking for your opinion. Sometimes they just looking for an ear.
Yeah,
So
for
it's
sure.
up to
Right,
you to
that's
try
right.
to ask questions and discern, are you asking me because you want my advice? Because I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'll give you all the advice in the world.
You're going to do what you want to do at the end of the
At
day
the end of the day,
anyway.
yeah, I'm going to give you advice because I don't want you to blame me for whatever decision you make. I don't want it to be my decision. It needs to be your decision. But yeah, like I said, it's the difference in knowing, are you asking me for advice or are you asking me because you need to get it off of you? But it's also important to understand what that person did in the situation too. Because we can always talk about what the other person did, but a lot of us skip over the role that we played in it. And that's what I mean by building a one-side perspective. Like, the truth is, it's just like in education. What I don't know, I can only ask others to teach me. It's the same way in relationships. If you got people around you that's been where you trying to get to, you will be crazy not to use your resources. Now, true enough, you got your own brain, but what's wrong with taking advantage of the resources that you have around you if you trust them in their capacity?
Right.
So you said that in order to keep your counsel from being biased, you try to give a healthy balance of the good and the bad.
Yeah, I mean, I think you got to be open with the communication. This is what's going on. This is how it's making me feel. And again, if it's advice that you want, then you say, if you were in this situation, you know, how would you proceed this? Because sometimes you just want a different perspective that you may not be able to see. It's easy to be consumed in your own situation and not see every angle because of some personal feeling that you have about whatever that occurred that make you feel whatever way you do. It's easy to be calling them, like, we all humans. I could talk about something and I'm pissed off, and I may be blind to seeing something else because I'm too consumed with being pissed off about it.
Are y'all into like the love languages and stuff like that?
Yeah.
What's
I
your
am.
What's your love language?
Probably like physical touch.
Physical touch.
Mhm.
Okay. Anything else, or is it?
Nah, that's, well,
how you rank? So physical touch, verbal affirmation, gifts,
Communication.
you said the bottom. Then it'd be
quality time. What you prefer?
okay. I put words of affirmation probably be first. Physical touch. Yeah, the gift still at the bottom. The bottom. The bottom. I don't care about none of that for real. Probably those two. Gifts done.
What do you say? Physical touch
and
and
words of
verbal affirmation.
affirmation.
So verbal affirmation, as far as you saying like reassurance. So if
Yeah.
y'all like you need to hear it every day.
Not every
good
day, but like.
No, I'm
here
just
and there.
saying you when you do hear it, the more you hear it is more you feel more
Yeah.
secure in that.
I do.
Yeah. So is that the same on the opposite? Like, do you verbally express that a lot? Do you touch a lot?
Yeah, because whatever I ask for, I try. Well, I don't try.
You do the same.
Yeah, I do
Reciprocate the
the
same energy.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Vice versa.
Gotcha.
What about acts of service? Is there anywhere in there
Well, yeah.
like you see
I
him,
want to say probably all of them.
working
but the gifts
doing something in the garage, and you might do everything? Maybe let me see how can I assist him. He might like that.
Yeah.
You need some water.
Helping hand. I can help.
Yeah. Do he need to ask you?
Do he need to ask me like to help?
Mhm.
No, I'll probably be like, you need help.
What you?
For me, I think what I prefer in the love language really doesn't fit the list. Well, I guess for me, it's more so a language of reciprocation and effort. I think just the society that we in now, it's a bunch of skewed perspectives about what dating looks like. And it's a lot of minimizing and devaluing of other people to create, you know, these one-sided situations that allow one person to manipulate the entire situation. For me, definitely words of affirmation, that doesn't really matter to me. Because honestly, I've found out that people will tell you anything.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's easy to tell you words, but for me, I would prefer that be actions of affirmation over words of affirmation. Because you can talk to me till I'm blue in the face, but if I'm not seeing any action, I have no reason to believe any of the words that you're saying. So I think those two go hand in hand for me.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Honestly, like, truthfully, I want to do a lot, but right now, I'm still like in like a little hole because I really don't know what I want to do for real, for real. But
Okay.
one thing that I really want to do is like go into the Air Force.
Okay.
And I've been looking into doing that. Actually, I meet with a recruiter tomorrow. So yeah, serving the country, the people. And that's what all of my family, we all like do with my dad.
Yeah. What made you want to do that? Was it your family?
Yeah, basically my
okay.
family,
Okay.
serving people. Like I grew up learning stuff
And
about
how
that
old are
stuff.
you again?
I'm 25.
25. Okay.
That's good because I mean, shit, we all
Yeah.
still figuring out life.
Yeah,
so
it's not.
you ain't never gonna have no holdbacks on, still just saying you still, figuring out. And then when we look at the whole dynamic of man and woman,
Mhm.
really the woman purpose is to aid him, helpmate. Like if you subscribe to the Bible and its teachings, you know what I'm saying, you are to help him, you know what I'm saying, in his service. Not saying that you don't have your own goals, but as a leader, you know what I mean, he's the lead. So the things that he wants and the things that he wants for, the both of you or whoever he chooses,
Mm.
is a collective thing, and a man needs a woman to be willing.
Honestly, I'm the type of person, I'm passionate about whatever it is that I'm choosing to do, or else I'm probably not gonna do it. Like he'll tell you, like I'm just one of them people. Like I'm all about maxing out. My philosophy is I got one life. I'm gonna be here one time. So why would I not be trying to get all that I possibly can out of it? But overall, to answer your question, I think I'm most passionate about giving and promoting other people. Obviously, I work in healthcare. That's what my passion is. I love to influence others, take care of others, just give. To me, it's all about, what you're doing for people uh, who may have less than you, or that can never do anything for you. That's what I'm passionate about. I think it's more about how I affect those around me, and am I putting out a positive image for those who may look up to me knowingly or unknowingly.
Right.
Because somebody is always watching. So I would say that's at the top of my list of passion. I just care about other people. I want to be, a bright spot for
Right.
anybody I come in contact with.
Right.
Mm.
That is great. That is great. But someone, I'm gonna say this, someone like that's is knowing the direction is cool. Cause if he needs you to help him anything, assist in anything as far as where he going, he'll communicate that with you, and you will be willing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Since we're asking that, how would you want your significant other to assist in your path?
Um, I think more so just being a piece of peace, if that makes sense. I think as men and women, but as men, I'm gonna speak because I'm a man. We deal with a lot, so I think thoughtfulness from a woman. I can't speak for y'all, but for me, that's probably been one of the most important things in a relationship. Like all the other stuff that we do, the dates and all that, that take care of itself. But I think us as men, I think one of the high qualities for me is how thoughtful is the woman. Is she thinking about what I'm not thinking about? Because oftentimes, as men and women, we definitely not thinking about the same thing. I wake up with a different agenda than a woman may wake up with in my everyday life. So for me, it's about, I have no problem communicating uh, what I need help with. I think that's just being mature, because I can't sit back and expect anybody to read anybody's mind and just automatically know, what I need. Not getting on down the line, the better you know a person and you start to learn a person, when you know your person, you can look and say, all right, I know I need to help them with this, because you know their strengths and weaknesses. But I think right out the bat, that's something you just need to be able to communicate, because I don't know how to help you if you don't tell me how to help you. I don't want to try to help you and I'm helping you in the wrong way. But I also need to be paying attention for myself, because sometimes you have to allow a person, to suffer a little bit in order for their own growth. You can't always try to rescue somebody from every situation. Some situations your person just can't help you get through. Sometimes it's personal growth at that point, and at that point all you need for them to say is pat you on the back and say, I think you can do it. And that's the most they can do for you. And a lot of times they go a long way, particularly with us men. Sometimes we're just looking for a little bit of encouragement.
Yeah, definitely
Do
agree
you
with
feel
that.
like part of that is like learning your partner too, though? Like as far as
Yeah, being attentive, but
being
really what he
attentive.
said is kind of goes for men in general. Because one thing about it, we're aware of our place in the world. We know that we don't have room for error. Not that we can't make mistakes, but the world don't care.
Guess
You know
you
what
have
I
to
mean?
higher standard.
So
Yeah.
we take on a lot, and we built to take on a lot. So when we come home, the person that we are most intimate with, it'll be the best thing in the world for us to just have that cushion and that space to, you know what I'm saying, lay in it. Which was bring me to a question of, when you hear the name Kamala Harris, or however you pronounce her name, what are your thoughts when you hear that?
It's like a little up and down question with that one.
In the politics?
No, not really, but I watch a couple videos. But I
How
mean,
you feel?
You feel like a woman is able to lead the nation, you know?
I do, kinda, to a certain extent.
So if you had to vote today, would she get your vote?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She definitely would.
Does it matter,
She is get my vote.
a potential partner, does it matter what they think or how they feel about her? Or voting period? Like if he thought different, would that change how you feel about him?
Like vote wise, like voting for the other person?
Mhm.
Ooh. Yeah, probably.
It would?
Ooh, probably so, yeah.
So
Because
okay,
they
so
both is certain stuff. Like she with the women for real.
she
Like
what?
with certain stuff. Like she with us when it comes to like our health and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like
Mhm.
she with us.
For real.
He not with it. That's probably the only point that I really that part.
Yeah,
The other stuff, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But I'm not into politics for real.
So
I
so
don't
you
know.
saying
But that's just what I look
today she would get your vote because you feel like she's with women, and you feel
Yeah,
like if
or-
your potential partner or him he feels different, you feel like he's different because he's not with women, or would you take it like, how is that why you would feel
Yes,
some type of
because
way?
like with the whole system with the women, just they trying to put on us for real. So yeah, it's no. I'm gonna have to go.
Yeah, I'd rather vote for her than the orange man anyways. I agree with you
He's
on that.
definitely getting my vote anyway.
Yeah.
He got a lot of.
For real.
You like her too?
Well, I ain't gonna say I too much like her. I just prefer her over him. I don't like neither
Yeah, I don't like
party.
neither one of
I
them,
don't like
but she
neither
would get
party.
my vote before
Yeah,
he get
right.
So you don't like
But she
her,
still.
but he can't like her?
I mean, I think you like, but I'm just saying, like she just more with the women and our health wise, basically.
So if he's with women, but he's just not with her leading women, that wouldn't change like how you.
That does change the whole narrative. I did, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of good, but
How you feel about the whole situation?
Kamala?
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with it. I think what she's doing is she's pioneering a movement, and that's just about what our country is supposed to be about.
Right.
Again, I think being the president is more than just a single person. There's so much and so many other people that play a part, like her presidential cabinet. Everybody has a role, so it's not like she's out here not getting advice or, asking for advice or, counsel or wisdom from people. Again, like I said, former presidents have already endorsed her.
Right.
So she's definitely going to use the resources that are around her. But I think politics are very important, especially if you've read Project 25 and you read some of the things that's in it. I think it's very important to understand politics, because the thing about politics is what bill gets passed may not affect you in the next 2 years, but it may affect you in the next 10 years. Or it may affect your children in the next 20 years, because you think when laws get passed, it's not like, oh, they're passed and then they're reversed the next 6 months later. When they're passed, we literally still looking at laws that were created hundreds of years ago.
Right.
So what she said, I think more attention needs to be paid to local elections. And that, what I mean by that is like, who's the governor? Who's your circuit court judge? Because those are the people who impact the community that you live in. And there's a difference between federal law and state law. And a lot of people don't understand the ins and outs of that. But pretty much in our country, the state is left with the decision to make, which is why every time you go to a different state, the law is different. For instance, if I keep my gun here in one state. When I cross the state line, that may be a crime if I keep it in a place in another state. And things like that are very important to know, you know, for any type of situations you may get in. So that's the difference in having, you know, federal laws and state laws.
Right.
Different regulations.
Now, I know that, my bad, I know that the presidential election is not a relationship, right? Okay. But at the same time, how do you feel about a woman leading the nation? Because in a relationship, typically what we all agreed upon is that a man is supposed to lead. So for a woman to lead, does that give you any type of doubt in America? Or do you feel like a woman is capable of doing that?
For me, I think a woman is capable. I think the more important question is, who is leading her? What does she believe in? We just finished talking about, you know, the campaign, and you don't get politics without religion.
Right.
Or, you know, that's always a big thing about it. You just heard Trump talk about why Christians should vote and this and that. So my question would be, who's leading her?
Her, yeah.
Because if you're being led by the right person, then certain things that's placed in your mind and your spirit are going to be the right things to do.
Right.
And you're going to do the right things if you're being led spiritually in the right way, regardless of what's going on around you. So I think that's the more important question. Neither one can do everything that they say that they're going to do.
Right.
But the goal is to try to accomplish majority of the things that you have on the agenda for the betterment of the people. But I think you do need to love people in order to sit in a position like president. You have to be a lover of people to be a leader of people.
Is her possibly having differences in opinion when it comes to certain political views? Would that sway your interest any?
I don't think it will sway. It may perk up some peculiar questions as to why you may vote for whoever you want to vote with. But again, in knowing a person, there may be different reasons people vote. Like everybody that's voting for Trump may not be voting for him because of what they believe. Some people only vote for him because they make a certain amount of money. And that's the biggest thing that is impacting their lives. Somebody else gonna vote because of some other policy. So everybody got different picks and chooses of why you may vote for who you vote.
Right.
But I think at the baseline of it's got to be about who has the better plan for the country to move forward and the people to move forward in unity. And I don't really see a whole lot of unity in the other party.
If things go well, build something, y'all thinking longevity, the conversation come up that, you know, if y'all ever want to, like, you know, make the big jump, that he would want to, like, you know, put some things in store, prenup, true agreement or something like that. Would that sway your thinking or interest or moving forward or being hesitant? Or would you look at them different? Yeah, like if, let's just say if 2 years from now or a year from now, 15 months, whatever the case may be, and he thinking like, you know, she might be, you know, she might check off the whole list as far as us just doing this forever. But, you know, he want to set some things in place where he want to know it's not, you're not getting into it for, you know, and because one thing about it, and I speak on this because especially nowadays, 70% of divorces are filed by women. The more we grow, the more time pass by. Especially considering social engineering and social media, people are not. They don't value longevity. They don't value weathering the storm and things like that no more. You know what I mean? They quick to the jet. So, you know, you can. It's people that can, you know, go into it for, they feel like, you know, the best reasons or all the right reasons, but one situation can make you kind of think, you know what, if I do leave, I'm gonna get X, Y, Z regardless. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that's you know what I mean, but in this day dating in relationship climate, men are getting more aware and, you know, kind of want to protect themselves. Not that we naturally are service people, providers, and, you know, if we, you know, for the most part, we love somebody, we locked in like that. We want to make your life easier. Want you to be, you know, live a quote unquote soft life and not have to do it. We take the heat. We'll lead the charge or whatever. But we want to do it for somebody that has the mutual connection and you know, value this thing just as much as we do. You know, so you got a lot of men now. It's like, man, you know, I want to do it, but I got cold feet because I don't know if 5 years from now something might go down and she might choose this because it's easier. It's the easier way out. You know, men lose depending on where they lose when divorce happens. You know what I mean? And most of the time the courts, if you go that route, they are in favor of the women. So, if that was the case and he like, okay, I'm ready to do this, but you know, I need you to put your John Hancock on this paper.
How would you feel about it?
I don't know about that one.
Really?
No, yeah, I don't know about that one.
The reason being is because, like I say, like you don't know like how it's gonna turn out. Even though you're not supposed to go in a relationship thinking like, hey, this ain't gonna work out.
Don't mean you
know,
leave with
that don't
nothing.
mean yeah.
It's just put in place so he don't get taken advantage of.
Exactly.
So that's not saying, okay, if you sign this, that means you leave.
Well,
and
I probably would. Well, I don't know. But it'd probably be a maybe.
I guess it really all depends on who make the most money, right? Because what if you're the breadwinner, right? And you want to sign a prenup against him. You feel me? It does. I guess it kind of makes a difference. Do you think that the money factor plays a part of it?
Would you consider a prenup if you made 10 times more than he did at some point? Would you, and then he proposed, would you think to yourself, you know what, if this shit goes sour, I want to make sure he don't get nothing from this.
Yeah, this.
Or he get the minimum. Would you have those considerations? Because you said you kind of had some hesitation on signing that thing.
Yeah. It's still a maybe.
No.
Maybe.
I don't know, maybe. Because, like, when you go into that, though, you don't just think of it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, maybe, though.
You got to limit children-wise?
1, maybe 2.
What if he want a factory?
Ooh, I don't know about that one. 2 probably. 2.
2
and done.
What about you?
So let's just say if he had y'all had 2 girls, but he want a boy.
You would have that thing.
Oh yeah, because I want a boy anyway. So if I had 2 girls, then the boy
I need a junior, man. I know you rather not.
Yeah, 3 probably good, but 2 is like but 3.
Or do you think once you get there, things may change as far as how you feel?
Yeah, probably so.
Think it'll change?
Probably, but 2. But 3, it could be possible.
Yeah. What about you?
I think for me, 2 or 3 is a reasonable number, but I think it's probably more important to focus on that when you know that you're in a place to have kids. It's easy to make them, but I think people skip over the financial part of it. Is your pockets need to say have kids, not just
pop them out.
You know, your head up top and the head down bottom. You know, because the truth is, like, it take money to live. And if you, as a person, are struggling where you at, then you're really doing yourself and the child a disservice to put them in a situation where, you know, you can't provide what it is that you need. So I think that's probably more important. Don't get me wrong, they're a blessing, but they need to come when you can afford them.
What do y'all feel about parenting styles and, like, discipline kids? How do y'all feel about that? Whoopings, talking to, gentle parenting,
or soft parenting.
Homeschooling. How do y'all feel about those things?
I'm all for discipline. I think there's nothing wrong with discipline, but I think when you do are in that position to need to discipline, because everything is not, obviously there's different forms of discipline.
I was just gonna say that.
And
It's
That's what I
levels
was
of
getting at, like,
discipline.
as far,
and
you know,
everything
some
don't
parents,
always
it's
mean,
levels.
you know, belt to your ass, but I think in any form of discipline there needs to be talking to. I think people understand better when you actually have a conversation with them about, or children understand better when you have a conversation with them about why you're disciplining them, so that they can get the whole gist of what it is that they did wrong, so they won't continue to make the same mistake. But I also think you should discipline as a parent when you're in a calm state either, because you don't want to find yourself taking your anger out on your kid at that moment, because that's very easy to do.
So boom, scenario, y'all have 2 little girls, right? Beautiful babies. Most of the time they're well behaved, you know what I'm saying? But spoiled by the mama. And he it might be a situation where he kind of might have to belt to tail a couple of times, but I know how women can be. Are you the type to go and coddle them and hug them and kiss on them right after he done just disciplining them?
Probably not right then and there.
But what?
Or do it depend on the
Later
situation
on,
and what
Yeah,
happened?
before they go to bed, you go in there and
like, you know
apologize and
like, you know
stuff?
you was wrong, but you know, don't do it again. Stuff, depending on what it is.
But okay, what if he tell you when I handle them, don't interfere with that?
I mean, that is kind of okay. Well, that's gonna be hard. It still depends on the situation. What the situation was.
Not really?
What happened?
Because we got,
Now, parents have 2 different roles. So if he's doing that discipline, she doesn't have to be necessarily going against him and doing her motherly duties and showing them the nurturing side.
it's going against him if he handles them and she goes and coddle them, because now they're confused.
Yeah, because they like,
And
well,
now they gonna try
you
to
whooping me, and now
they gonna pit mama and daddy against
I'm
each
gonna go
other.
to mama whenever I do something
Kids
wrong.
are very
That
smart.
is kind of true.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
They need to have
I don't agree with that.
You don't agree with what?
I don't agree with that.
With what?
I don't think that it's per se going against a person, because like I said, I think again, many factors go into that. It depends on the age of the child, because talking about discipline, a 7 or 8-year-old child is totally different than talking about discipline needed for an adolescent. Them 2 different types of discipline. So yeah, if a child is younger, then a child is gonna do that because that's what a child does.
Right.
That still don't change the fact of the discipline or the punishment or whatever words you want to call it that was handed down. I don't think that's going against it. I think that's just an opportunity really for positive reinforcement. I think you're still able to show the child love, but then it also will give the woman an opportunity to say, like she said, you can't do that, you wrong for doing that. Again, that's a reinforcement that you did do wrong, but hey, I can still love you even though you did something wrong, because I think it would probably be more detrimental to a child not to give them love.
You said that you would still tell them they was wrong for it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, well, my bad, I misspoke then. I just kind of got ahead of myself, because a lot of times, you know, I've seen it, like homegirls, I done fussed at them, like, if he do what he do, don't go and kiss and try to get them treats and try to make, because that will, you know what I mean?
But I think more so going against would be like if the punishment was, hey, you're not watching TV, and then you go back and do that. I think, and she allow him to do that, then that's more of a going against. But if the child is seeking comfort, I don't think that's really her going against. I just think that's her being a mom, because the child could perceive that as exactly, because the child could almost take that as,
love you, but you gotta listen to what your daddy say.
Exactly, it's a chance for positive reinforcement.
Let me reframe that. Okay, boom, he disciplined her, no TV for the rest of the night. They both come to you with the googly eyes and kissing on you, hugging on you, and you loving them back. But mama, it ain't that serious. Can we watch at least one show
No,
tonight?
yeah, that's no.
Nah, that's
Okay,
different.
okay,
Yeah, because
yeah.
it's going against
Yeah,
what
because
he
I think
saying.
said.
that,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
parents
You know
at
what I'm
that
saying?
point need to be on the team too.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And it's
Because
about
See, that's what I
everybody
really
having,
was getting at. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
You can
'Cause-
agree,
Yeah.
like, hey, I know that we said we ain't gonna watch TV.
yeah.
And them
It ain't no
same
watching TV,
conversations can
but you
happen,
can
before punishment or discipline too.
Right.
I think.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with saying, "Hey, do you think that this is a reasonable,
Yeah.
punishment
Yeah.
for
Right,
whatever
right,
happened?"
right.
And y'all talk about that amongst each other. I don't think it really should just be left on one person because, again, what I think is good discipline may not may be too harsh. Sometimes that's something you got to take in consideration. Does the punishment fit the crime?
Right.
Yeah.
For lack of better words,
Yeah.
it's not a crime, but does it fit? The
Yeah.
consequences fit the action
Right.
that you did.
It's not excessive. It's
Exactly.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
needs to be
Right.
compatible with what you did.
Yeah.
You can't get away with everything, but again, too, everything is not worth punishing at that moment for.
Yeah.
Some things can better be handled with a situation than absolutely laying hands all the time.
And touching on what you was talking about, P, what I was saying earlier, it's like it's a team. So it's like with it being a team acts at the same time, but in their own roles. One teammate don't stop doing their role just because the other teammate doing their role at the same time. Just because the quarterback about to throw the ball don't mean the lineman about to just stand still.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Right.
if you ever ask for a teammate to stand still while we in the middle of a play, that's already failure. So basically the mom is a nurturer, the dad is a disciplinary person. So it's like they both have to do that. Like, dad, you know what I'm saying? You fell down because of this. He like, okay, I understand. Now, mama gonna be like, now come over here, let me get that dirt off for you. And dad gonna be like, all right, you good? Get back in there.
Yeah, exactly.
They
Yeah.
both,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So when he disciplined the kid, she just reinforcing what he had already did.
Exactly.
So she just,
Yeah.
hey,
Teamwork
he
makes
said,
teamwork.
he said, don't watch TV. You know what I'm saying? Don't watch no TV. So now she explaining because he told you
Right.
don't do that because you did this. So now she say, so next time to improve, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's what I was getting at.
Next time do this,
Yeah.
and you won't have to be in this because they gonna run to it.
Yeah.
They gonna run to it. They gonna,
Yep.
mama, da, come here, baby.
Yeah.
Now you know.
And she gonna explain it to it.
Yeah.
So the woman is supposed to really, I ain't gonna say the woman, but
She supports.
she's explaining
Yeah.
why
Yeah.
this is happening to you.
That's true.
That's
Man is just
that's her
basically saying,
emotional
like,
calling.
Exactly. I agree with that. I
That's
really
what
do.
mom. I mean,
'Cause I feel like women are more
we can all
emotional when it
speak to
comes to
that.
that.
I think
Yeah.
all of us men in here. I mean, yeah, when we was kids, we probably ran to our mama too.
Yeah.
Even after she,
Yeah.
even after
Right.
she whooped your ass, your
Right,
mama
right,
could have
right.
been the one whooping you. You still
And
went in
still
there
go back like, mama,
and cried on it and laid on it. So
Right,
I mean,
right.
she didn't stop loving you at the moment because she just finished whooping you 5 minutes ago. That's just what was
I
necessary
just
at
kind
the
of feel
time
like
being.
if she the one that did the whooping, she probably need to wait a little bit before she you know what I'm saying, try to do all the
The college,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cause he gonna be like, dang.
When you do it, you just don't do it in contrast to what your point was.
Yeah. You stand on your ground. I see what you're saying. You stand.
I mean,
your
it's kind of
ground.
like, man, my mama used to
Is
say,
that
I'm
what
going
you-
to show you better than I can tell you, and I'm doing it. If this is going to hurt me worse than it hurt you.
Boy, my
I ain't
mama
never
used to tell me
believed
all
that, and I
time.
still don't believe that.
I believe it. I do.
believe it.
My mama used to
I
tell me
believe
that all
it.
the time.
That
For real.
shit hurt.
When she used to whoop me, she used to say the exact same thing. This gonna hurt me more than it hurt
I mean,
you.
I believe it though, because
They never told me that.
They wanna
but
keep you out of
I do
jail.
not believe it.
I do.
wouldn't believe it if they said it.
I do. I believe it for the simple fact of, it was more so for protection for you, because you may not have learned that lesson.
Right.
Or you may have been disciplined in a way that wasn't the best way for you, to be disciplined, rather than making that same mistake and then it getting you in trouble in a way that you can't get out of.
And
so
what I mean is
do
a
appreciate
different
y'all.
type of hurt. As a parent, I understand that it hurts you because you don't want to cause the pain. But you have to.
Yeah.
I understand that part.
Because I'd rather
I have
them
to
do
have
I'd
you
rather me do
I
it
have
than
to
the police or somebody else on the street.
I have to discipline you.
Yeah.
But you didn't feel this. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but let me ask you this though. Was it the physical pain that hurt worse Or were you really crying more
Mentally.
so about the emotional pain?
Mentally, yeah.
That's a
Because I
good
think you
question.
did more crying
Yeah.
because your feelings were hurt that you
'Cause this
got
person
disciplined for
loved you.
what you did.
That's good. That's a good
Be
question
mad.
because I had this
Yeah,
I had this
deep.
conversation with my sister a
This
lot.
is deep.
'Cause my dad passed also later in like 2009, January 2009, and I had noticed that he was more the disciplinarian. My mama, like, she whipped us a couple times or whatever, but I noticed in hindsight, like, the time that she spanked us or whatever, it was like right now, and it kind of, you can feel that you angry.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't take. I understand she did the best that she can with discipline. Like it wasn't, she was very loving and nurturing, but I can feel that. Versus my dad, it was like he might, when he whooped me, he gonna hit me on my ass a few times, but we might talk for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So growing up at adolescent age and, coming into yourself where you feeling like you know what I'm saying, you a man, where
Yeah.
you like, well, however it feel, I can take, like, you know what I mean? You feel, you drop your nuts or whatever, so to speak. But I remember it got to the point where it was like, with my mom, it was just like, whatever come with it, come with it. But with my dad, it was like, I did not want to disappoint him.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't about the pain. It wasn't about the pain, or it
You was
wasn't
afraid
about,
that they were disappointed in you for what you did.
yeah.
Yeah.
With my dad more so, cause of the talks. Like, as a man, this, that, and third, or in life, this, that, and third. Like, it was like lectures. Like, he might hit me a couple times, but like, we talked for 45 minutes after. You know what I mean? So it got to the point where it was just like, okay, I'm gonna make a different choice because this is how he need me to be, and also I don't want to disappoint him. You know what I mean? Versus, I'm not gonna make this choice because he gonna whoop me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. So
Let me ask
yeah,
y'all
that was
So,
a good question.
for
But
both of y'all. So let's say if y'all were to have kids, right? Okay. How would y'all, what is your level of discipline? Like, what's the levels to it? Because some people agree with whooping. Some people agree with soft parenting. Some people agree with, you know what I'm saying? What's the levels of discipline that, you know what I'm saying, y'all plan on doing with your kids?
Ooh, with me, it'd probably definitely be like soft parenting.
Soft
so you
parenting.
ready to have a
That's how
conversation to
I
hit?
was like raised. Like I ain't never even got no whipping for real when I was little.
And did it
I
work
wasn't no
for you
problem
though?
child.
It worked
Yeah,
like you.
talking,
Okay.
like telling you what's
When you
wrong.
say talking, what do you mean? Like saying,
Soft,
hey,
like
don't do this no more. You know this is wrong.
like you know that it's wrong. Like don't do it.
Okay. And you never tried to do it again. Like you wouldn't like.
Like cause like you telling me it's wrong, so it's wrong. So I'm not supposed
So
to
you
do it.
listen.
So I'm getting in trouble.
So you didn't have
And
to
that
give
was
the
that.
whooping.
It was
And
never
that was
one
it.
time.
I wasn't no problem child either. So I don't.
Give
Perfect
us
child.
2 scenarios that you went through growing up where your parents had to give you their form of discipline.
Probably like with my siblings. Let's get into it. Probably that went and because we
Give me an actual story, a real
a
situation,
story that's
a real situation that happened.
One.
Something you can
If
think
you
of
if
just
you
one
have
time.
if you have one.
one. Ooh. Y'all, when I tell you I wasn't no bad child for real, so I don't. Let me see. I wasn't like I was good. I was always asleep.
You want to be asleep,
So you
don't
ain't
you?
never
So you
did
go to
no
sleep,
I
sleep
wrong.
was
naturally.
always asleep. Every time somebody looked at me, I was in the bed asleep.
Never did no wrong.
She in the
So
bed
you was
No,
missing.
honestly,
She was
I
missing
wasn't.
shit. She was like, what
She
I
happened?
be
really
like, man, I
wasn't.
just been chilling. I was asleep. I
I was
ain't do
not
nothing.
no bad child. If I got in trouble, it'd probably be for like grades or something for real. For real.
Okay. And how did that go? Like, if you got bad
And my
grades?
daddy, he ain't play
So
about the
this,
grades.
are you saying like, okay, dad or whoever come back from parent teacher conference? Or okay, I know it's report card time.
Yeah, it's like
Put
give
it
me
on
your
the table.
bag. Yeah. So if I had anything below like a B or something, like a C, I'm in trouble.
Jerrica.
I'm in
What
trouble.
is
I'm not
this?
watching TV. I'm not doing
What the
like,
hell is this
but
C
that was like
doing
my
on this
daddy.
report card? Why do you have a C?
Yeah, that's
You know you smart. I know you can do better than this. You ain't applying
yeah,
yourself.
that's definitely how it was for real.
So
I'm
it's
like,
just
oh my
like a
God.
talking though. It
Did
wasn't
they
no.
get the
Yeah, I was
belt?
just talking though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And
I
that worked for
know.
you though? Like, did
Yeah, it's like okay,
because you got
know.
in your not saying getting in your feelings, but
Yeah, it's like okay,
you felt it
Yeah,
when
like
they
okay,
when they spoke to you. It was
I
like,
can't
hey,
believe
Yeah,
my
cause they
dad
weren't like
talked
soft
to me.
spoken really. My daddy like
That's like,
he'll
hey,
yell
yeah.
and stuff. Like I'm like okay, cause you yelling at me. I don't like people yelling at me.
Yeah,
So it's like
yeah.
okay,
I've heard that too though.
and I don't want to be yelled at again. So it's like okay,
Yeah. When men
like
talk
my
to their
daddy,
daughters,
yeah.
Now that some of your siblings, did it take a little bit more effort for them to like in the discipline process? Like I know you said you was a good kid. Like did you ever see them have to
with
apply a
them,
little
Don't
more
hold back.
discipline with
Snitch on
them?
them.
yeah,
If you got
them,
snitch on,
yeah.
snitch on.
Yeah,
So
they got
ain't got
whooped.
some whoopings before?
Yes, they did. Me,
So with that being said, so you seen both sides from the same parents. So you saw the strong discipline and you saw the soft discipline. Why would you take away one over the other? Because as you see, what might work with you, because every kid you have is gonna be different. They even if they raised under the same household,
I ain't
they
gonna lie,
can
I
come
would
out
rather
totally
be home.
opposite.
If I seen my siblings get their ass, if I got my ass whooped and seen my siblings did get their ass whooped.
not me, cause I ain't do it. They did it. They ain't got nothing to do with me. So,
So you
So
have
they
to
was
get
on some extreme
understanding
shit.
though of
yeah, cause it's like
we
you was
different.
wrong. And
Cause it was different
you know you
with
finna
me.
get in trouble.
It was different with me. I did some shit that my brother did that I didn't get in trouble for. You know what I'm saying? Like I was soft spoken too, and my brother got his car taken or he got his ass whooped, and I didn't. You know what I'm saying? So I would feel some type of way. I feel you on that.
So you the golden child. You was the golden
I
child.
was a golden child. That's why I got the gold. That's why I got the goals on right now. The prize.
So I got a question that I feel like is very important to what we're building here. Leadership. We spoke on it a couple times throughout the night. Jay, in a relationship, can you define to Jerrica how you would lead the relationship?
How I would lead the relationship.
Yeah, as a leader, how would you lead the relationship? In what ways would you protect her, lead her, and make sure that your family is straight?
Maybe give them a scenario, a situation or something. Like as far as how I would handle, how we would
Do
handle
you feel
it.
like you need a scenario?
Nah, I think the answer to the question is easy. How to lead is definitely by example.
Okay.
I think as a man, we plant seeds and you let them grow. And the best teacher of that is to be the example of what you want. That way, when you voice things, you have something to refer to. Because you can say, well, you see how I do this, or you watch me be this way in this situation. As far as protection, I mean, I think any man's job is, I'm with that, whether it's my brother, my sister, woman, whoever it is, whoever is with me, I feel like it's my duty to protect them. But that's just who I am as a person. But I think more so on a relationship level, protection means, I think most importantly for dealing with women is to be able to protect their emotions. I think that's the biggest thing. And that's very hard to do. That's not an easy thing to do because they have feelings or perceptions that we necessarily don't have. So I think it's not about, leadership is not about domination. It's more about collaboration. And in order to lead somebody, you need to be able to collaborate with them or meet them where they're at. A lot of people hear leadership and they think that means I tell you what to do, and that's not really what it is. It's more so, let's have a discussion and let's do the best thing for us. And sometimes leadership could look like me initiating that conversation or me making that first step to say, this is the direction that we need to go. But I'm all for compromise because she may be better at something than me or more educated at something than me. And at that point, I need to be able to humble myself and kind of pass that leadership and what I'm weak at over to her. So I think it's a shared balance more so than, oh, you just got to lead and dominate.
Right.
I think.
Right.
I'm glad you said that because I've had this conversation because it's like an influx of conversations where it's like instead of dealing with the accountability or dealing with like people's situations for real, they just, oh, these niggas can't lead. These niggas, you know what I'm saying? Where, to be honest, they've never seen an example. You know what I'm saying? Because leadership, like you said, ain't domination. It's not. A leader understands his strengths, his weaknesses, and understands your strengths and your weaknesses. Meaning we can collaborate and we can orchestrate this shit where, okay, you the better cook, you clean better. Not necessarily you have to be the person that cook and clean all the time. It could be him, but if you're strong in this area,
Right.
I'm strong in this area, I'm gonna let you lead this shit.
Right.
I clean my own shit, right? But if a woman coming to my house, then of course she has a different level. And you know, she clean the walls, she doing way more shit than I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So I need to respect that space that she's better there. You know what I mean? And in general, really, women lead too. In the public, a man needs to be the one that is looked at as made that decision.
Right.
Otherwise, the whole is compromised.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the woman is the glue.
For real.
The household, the woman really leads the household.
Yeah.
In the inside,
Right.
internally, she leads the
I
household.
mean, is it a home without a woman?
Exactly. But it's so many people that hang on to those words that don't really know the inner dynamics. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, I think it's just a disaccepting of roles. At the end of the day, like, there's no way around it. There are roles.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
again, on a team,
they can interchange sometimes.
The roles interchange.
Yeah.
Like I can't score 30 tonight. I need you to get 30 tonight.
Yes.
I'm not. I got an injury. I'm limping this week. I need you to carry, and vice versa. So again, it's about being able to communicate, but it's also being honest with your partner about where they're weak at, and can that person be able to take the constructive criticism from the other person.
When I say
without taking it personal.
this man took the words right out of my mouth, which leads me to the fact of what I'm finna say. Like, that's a very valid point. So what caused y'all both single, y'all both been in relationships, right? What caused y'all to end those relationships? What was it? Was it you? Was it you? Was it your partner? Was it disagreements, lack of communication? What caused the breakup?
What caused my breakup? Oh, it was the cheating for me.
Why was you cheating so much?
It was cheating. I swear, it was the cheating for me.
No, I said, why was you cheating so much?
Why was I cheated on? Is what you said?
Oh, you didn't cheat?
No.
I thought you said you was doing cheating. Okay.
No,
so
it was the cheating. That's
he
why
was
I
cheating.
left. Yeah.
Okay.
That's why
Why do you think he cheated? Was it just his mind frame and his like who he was
that's
as a person?
something we could never know.
Yeah.
And that's something in general.
That's true, though.
And I think people need to understand.
Because people fucked up. They do stupid shit.
You know, if you've been in love, most of the time, if you've been in love, you've had heartbreak. You know what I mean? So the things that hurt you that people do don't got nothing to do with you. No man that cheats on you or woman that cheats on you, 9 times 10, because it is some conniving and deceitful people, but they went to go please themselves. They didn't do it to hurt you. Not that it didn't hurt you. Everybody's, you know, been hurt. But I feel like people just misplace their anger and trauma from that. And it just festers and it, you know, it's like a cancer to them where everybody they deal with, it pours all over into them. And it's like certain things that they do. Let's just say you a busy man, you might work a 12-hour shift, whatever the case may be, and she ain't heard from you. Now she talked to the homegirl, or you know, she got all type of scenarios in her head. When he finally talked to her, he is tired. He done dealt with everybody, all type of different personalities, and don't got no peace at the end of the day, cause in your heart, there's some bullshit that's been going on. You know what I mean? So I definitely need to, you know, touch on that part.
Yeah. Jay?
Okay. What's the exact pose question so I can give you the right answer?
So,
Did she answer the question?
did you?
She said
What?
cheating.
She said it was the
She said
I said it was the
cheating is
cheating.
what ended
Oh,
her
cheating.
last relationship.
Oh, so why relationship?
No, hold on. Before we go to that, so it was more than once. It was like it happened, and you stuck with it before you left, or it was.
No, it was one of them.
Oh,
one
okay.
of them.
I don't do
Okay.
that.
Okay.
That's good.
You cutthroat with that.
Nope.
That's
If you
good.
cheat, that means you want me from the jump. So
Hey,
Okay.
Ah.
Let's
no,
just,
mm-mm.
is so.
She's stiff on that one.
she said, "Oh,
Nope.
She
But
said,
hold
hell
on.
no.
So, what if he didn't have sex with anybody? Is it still sex outside of not having sex with somebody?
You mean is it cheating
Is
outside
it
of not
still
having
cheating
sex?
to you if he may have did some things that make you feel some way,
in
but
the
it
girl
was he
inbox.
didn't actually have sex?
Yep,
In
it's
the
cheating
inbox?
still cheating.
Or
So you
texting.
saying
It's cheating.
if some girl say such and such, I wanna, and he entertain a conversation,
That's
and
cheating.
That's cheating.
that's cheating.
Yes,
I agree.
Okay.
that's cheating.
I agree.
All right.
Definitely agree.
Because you're entertaining somebody else.
All right, Jay.
Cheating.
I think in the past what probably caused the issue in my relationships, honestly, was me. And I can own that I've reached a point
Accountability.
of being able to own that. I think for me, I didn't know how to truly forgive. And I've learned that that's much harder than what we think it is. Because even when you forgive somebody, them feelings, that they cause for you are still there. And I think for me, as a man, when you go as far, to love a woman, because it's easy to be with women and never love them. But for the ones that you do love, whether that's some men are loving me, they love everybody, and some you love few and far in between. But for me, the ones that I love few and far in between, that hurt used to carry different. And that would be a grudge at that point that I wasn't mature enough to get over. I'm sure some of my relationships probably could have been saved if I was able to just truly forgive and say, all right, this person made a mistake. And again, that go back to, being able to not only have accountability, but you got to be able to give somebody grace. And there's a difference in a true mistake and a blatant mistake. Like cheating, yeah, that's a blatant mistake. But sometimes mistakes are made where somebody may say something, it's interpreted, or they don't choose the best words or the best phrase in that moment that cause damage or hurt. And you got to be able to backtrack and say, whoa, 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 whoa. And that goes about how you handle conflict. Like for me, I've learned now, maybe it's not best for me to have a certain conversation when I'm pissed off. Sometimes I require myself to step away and come back. Let's visit this 24 or 48 hours from now when I've had some time
Right.
to not
Take it
talk
all in.
from just being flat out heated in the moment. Because I really, especially if this is somebody I know that I want to be with, you got to be a little bit more careful and have a little bit more grace with how you fix your conversations and how you go about your conversations. Because again, something you can say to that person may carry on with them way longer than you think that it's going to be. You thinking, all right, we had this conversation, we're going to go to bed tonight, and that's the end of it. But when she wake up next week, next month, she's still thinking about what you said in that moment because it hurt in some type of way.
Right.
Yep.
You're right. And
Yep,
cheating
sure.
is a blatant mistake. So let's say that
Yeah.
you cheated, she cheated,
Mm-hmm.
y'all both cheated. Would y'all take each other back? You know what I'm saying? Like you cheated, you just made a
We
mistake.
already know what she gonna do.
Nah, for me,
Nah, for real, cause what he said, it just opened up my mindset
to
a little
me,
bit. Like
maybe when I was younger,
know.
yeah, but where I'm at now, absolutely not. That's gonna be a L she gonna have to take. Because at the end of the day, like, if you couldn't recognize who you was with from jump, I don't need to give you a repeat opportunity to not recognize again.
Okay.
You gotta know who you're dealing
That's
with.
real.
At the end of the day,
That's real.
you know what it takes to keep a certain person when you start dealing with a certain person.
Right.
So that's something that don't really have to be spoken about. Again, when when more effort is gonna be required, and you know when no effort got to be required at all. And y'all, I think everybody in the room know what I mean by that.
Yeah.
When you like a person a certain way, then the expectation is already greater, and you expect yourself to be greater.
Yeah.
To obtain a certain type of woman. That's the truth.
Yeah.
So, question for both of y'all, starting with you, Jerrica. What do you consider to be like the top few things that are disrespectful in a relationship that you wouldn't tolerate? Like outside of cheating, we know cheating, but like outside of that, like you could say dress code, raising voice, anything.
Yeah, definitely that. I don't do no yelling. Lying. Cause what you lying for?
Do we have a pecking order of important lies, not important lies?
Lies, yeah, white lies, like, you know what I mean?
Cause I don't think,
Cause what you lying for? Any type of lie. I don't care if you're lying.
Because everybody lie.
No, this is the thing, right? Men are logical beings, more logical than women, right? Can we agree with that? And women are more emotional beings and emotional impulsive. Can we agree with that?
Mm-hmm.
So that means you care more about how you feel than the truth. So he don't have to lie and be like, yeah, I was at work when I wasn't. That's terrible. Lie. Why would you lie about that? But yes, you the best bitch in the world, baby.
Right.
Of course.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that makes you feel good though.
Yeah.
Whether you think you the baddest bitch in the world
true.
or he thinks you the baddest bitch in the world or not. The fact that he made you feel like you is, that's what's more important to you.
Because what if he lied to you? Y'all had sex and shit and he be like, oh, baby, that was the best sex I ever had. Oh, damn, baby, you good. He lied. No, I'm just saying. How do you determine the lies? Because he could lie to you. Because women do it too. Women be like, oh, baby, it was so good. But the whole time they unsatisfied. You feel me?
I would never.
So, I mean, it's levels to it. Because sometimes people lie to make you feel good.
Okay, because a man told us this
You know
at
what I'm
work. Because
saying?
he was like, in order to keep a relationship, you have to lie in the relationship.
So you
Y'all
would
believe
lie.
that?
So you saying you would lie?
No, I would not lie.
Okay. So you just
I
keep it
wouldn't
G.
lie. Yes,
You keep it chill, like, hey, that
I
shit
would
is
not
trash,
lie.
or I don't
Yeah,
like your vibe, I don't like
I'd
your
be like,
energy. You just keep it straightforward.
yes, very blunt.
A lot of people try to avoid that. Want me to tell you why? Because it causes problems. You got some men that don't know how to handle rejection and your true opinion, you know. So, but Jack, how do you handle like opinions that people give you that you may not agree with?
It depends on how secure you are with yourself. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion, but you have to be realistic about what role you played in them forming their opinion. What actions have you been putting out there that they would gather this opinion about you? And, you know, the other question is, after you tell me, you know, what it is that you do or don't like, the true question is there an opportunity for correction? Because it's different than telling somebody their problems, knowing that you're not going to give them a chance to correct it, versus I'm saying this to you because I want you to get better, and I do want to give you the opportunity to correct whatever it is that's wrong. Again, with lies, I think that's something that's situational, because just me understanding how human beings are, I understand lies are a natural protective mechanism. Most people lie to protect themselves, or they're trying to protect the feelings of others. So my question is, how big is the lie, and how much deceit or mistruth is attached to the lie?
Right.
I think that's what makes the lie make or break for me. Is how deceitful was the lie, because lying to me about
something petty
is totally different than you lying to me about you said you was doing one thing, but you was really doing something else that was
Okay.
very deceitful and hurtful
Gotcha.
to me.
Understandable.
Them two different
That's two
types,
different. Yeah.
two
getting
different
at.
types of lies. But
Sure.
again, you had to be in a
So there's
position.
levels to it.
Yeah, it's there's levels to everything. I mean, we people, we don't fit in a box, and you got to be able to move and shape your box for anybody that you're gonna deal with, because that's what a relationship boils down to. Like, you meet somebody and you with them for 10 years, they're not gonna be the same person in year 10 that they were in year 1. So it's about how adjustable and how modifiable is the parameters in the box that you living in. Not to say let somebody walk all over you and you know, excuse everything that you stand on or you believe, but you have got to be able to bend somewhere, and you got to be flexible
Gotta collaborate.
at some point in time.
So if she lied to you and told you she's lying to you to protect you, how would you feel about it?
I mean, I understand lying to protect me, but again, it depends on how much deceit is attached to the lie. Because for a woman,
She don't need to say that shit.
no, because and what I'm saying is,
No, I'm just saying, imagine hearing her say it. She can, I understand her doing it, but to hear you say, tell me you lying to protect me.
and that's what I'm saying, and that's why,
Don't protect me.
and that's why, but that's why I was saying that most people lie naturally to protect themselves, because this is the real of the situation. For women, some situations place them in a position where they're automatically inferior. And if a woman has done something wrong, she may know that she's with a guy who doesn't handle himself properly or well when he's angry. That may be a occasion where she lies for the protection of her own safety.
I got you.
So it don't make her lie right, but she needed to lie in that moment, because had she told the truth in that moment, it may put her in a situation that she don't want to be in. So that's what I mean by the lies are completely situational. It ain't no different than being caught by the police. Most people ain't gonna come right out and tell the truth. They probably gonna tell a lie, because at the end of the day, you know, prove it. I need to protect me first. By lying would allow me to protect myself first and force the other person to prove something. So again, it's just how much the deceit is attached to the lie, and what are you exactly lying about? Because lying to me about, you know, petty shit is different than lying to me about, oh, I was really at so-and-so house, when you know that she was doing X, Y, Z. Them two different types of lies and deceit.
That's true.
So speaking of that, I asked her, so let me ask you, what 3 things or 3 or 4 things of disrespect would you not tolerate from her?
Calling me out my name. Anything less than a man is definitely going to be considered disrespectful. I think the tone in which you take can be considered disrespectful. But again, we are human, and every now and then our emotions get the best of all of us. But it's, can you catch yourself in that moment? Or can you listen to the other person when, you know, they letting you know, like, hey, I don't appreciate when you do that, or, you know, stop yelling at me, and, you know, you continue to do that to that person, and then you shut them down.
Just the last time that you want.
But for me, other than that is, you know, on the other thing I could see as disrespect is me allowing you to talk, but then you not giving me that same platform when it's time for me now to express myself, or you trying to dominate the conversation to the point that all you want to hear is what you want to hear, and you really not trying to let me talk. That would be those would be the things for me that I would consider to be disrespectful.
And that's real. Hey, and I hate to intervene, but I want to say this though. Like, would you consider that being sassy for a man being able to express how he feels to you?
No, that's not sassy. No.
Because this society, man, I'm telling you, women will be like, oh, you sassy. Like, why you care about, like you know what I'm saying? Men, we got emotions too.
Yeah.
You know, we held ourselves, you know, to society holds us to a higher standard. So, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, if she's smart, she'll let you express herself. Because the worst place for a woman to be is is when a man don't want to express himself to you.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's for men and women though. When you get to the point where whoever you're dealing with or your significant other does not want to express themselves to you, you pretty much at a dead end at that point. The relationship, the situationship, the whatever it is cooked at that point.
What if it gets to a point where he cries?
Gets to a point he cry?
Yeah, like it's he's venting or y'all having a heart to heart, and it gets to a point where it's like overwhelming, and he might need a release. You know what I'm saying? How do you process that? Like, are you looking at it as, you know, this is a time or opportunity for me to console him and just,
like,
or
okay, you really need me for
do you
real.
kind of in the back of your head being like, this nigga is weak as fuck?
No.
It's probably like,
I don't believe that. Like, we need to let it out too sometimes.
Yeah, I was just asking because we have
it's probably like 15% of women that's like
a
that.
big influx of, you know, it's like women like fetishize a man being vulnerable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why because I don't really believe, I believe it's a way to express yourself, but I just don't believe in the whole break it down thing in front of a woman. I just feel like subconsciously she kind of gradually lose respect if she see that. You know what I mean?
So you wouldn't lose respect if he did that at all?
No.
You totally understand. And I feel that. I do. Because most women are more emotional and they can probably feel your pain and where you coming from.
Until he come home when the sun's coming up and she like, you crybaby ass nigga.
When they get in an argument, when they get mad.
Like, I'm not saying it's you, but I'm saying in general, these are things, the type of thing, and that's why men will hesitate to, you know, like just be open in that space, because it's like, because women be emotional, shit, that's their first chance to goddamn me go off. You know what I'm saying? Don't let y'all have some kids and you know what I mean?
To feed off of that, in moments of anger, a lot of times physically, you're probably not fit to wrestle him down physically. Sometimes women know that and they will use something that you confided in them while you was in a moment of weakness and throw it up at you, because they know that will hurt you. I can't hurt you physically, but I can tear you apart emotionally. Do you feel like you would ever use that against him in that heat of that moment too? Because you feel like he's...
No, because the point that I do that is just call it quits. Because that's just,
let it go.
That's messed up.
You let it go.
That point,
You seem to have all the right answers.
No, for real.
I don't know.
And I mean, hey. Hey.
I'm just saying, like, this is messed up.
She got the right answer.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, I agree.
Both of y'all, it's like,
y'all done came through with some
we tried to
some real deal,
poke holes and give the space to,
come on now,
you know, for you to put out on the platter for us to see if it's any faulty in anything, you know what I mean? But y'all both, you know.
This for both of y'all. So do y'all feel like the more sexual encounters that y'all have makes it hard for you to settle with one person? Because think about it. The more sexual encounters you have, you're always thinking about, damn, this person did it this way. This person did it this way. This person did it that way. This person did this. I never experienced that. And you always chasing and driving after that feel that another person has done for you.
But this person might not be
this person may not, you know what I'm saying?
Are you saying that the roles be overstimulate women if they too attached to it? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm basically saying, like, the more people that you with, you always chasing to get something better or like similar to what they've experienced before. Because everybody different and unique in their own way. So everybody ain't gonna do you the same way. That's why I say the most sexual encounters you have, you open up your body to. Does it make it harder for you to settle with one person that might be a good man for you? He may be a very good man for you, but he may not do what this dude did to you. But he still satisfy you to a certain extent. But since you've experienced that satisfaction from the other man, you want him to do it like that. Or same thing with the woman, you know. She did you this way, So you want this woman to act, you know what I'm saying?
And do you keep them videos when you get into that?
I ain't got no videos.
I'm just
Well,
asking.
I don't know.
But that's a real question. We'll start with you though.
I would tell my partner what I like. Honestly, like if he like missing a couple, you know it. I'm like,
That could be a uncomfortable conversation. How would you?
It could.
How would you?
Say the same thing.
How would you go about doing it? Like,
ooh,
because you telling your partner what you like, it's like, damn, did this dude do that to you? Or like, why do you like that? Like, you know what I'm saying?
oh, that's not thinking about the other person, but yeah, I don't know. I just tell them like,
Does body count matter to you?
Yeah.
Do you think it matters?
body. Mm. Oh, do it matter? Nah, probably not. Nah, it don't matter to me.
All right, Jay, what
As long
about
as
you,
you ain't got
man?
nothing while I'm in your
I mean,
Right.
yeah.
obviously what she said is safety first, but I think, I think experiences can make it harder, but I think if you at a point where, you with somebody and you compare that person to who you with, then I would have to question if you really in love with that person. Because my thing is, if you really in love with that person, why are you in the rear view mirror?
he's a preacher.
It's a year,
No.
man.
I mean, everybody created on different levels, but I think a lot of intimacy is revolved around how you feel about a person, their baseline.
Mm-hmm.
For a woman, some women may not think that the size matter based off how the man make her feel or how it go vice versa. That would tell you that the relationship is more about their want to be with each other than it is about sex. So that's what I would say. Yeah, it can make it harder, but that's something that you need to learn how to control as a person if you know that you're trying to get into a situation that's serious, because you're not going to be able to see that person for who they are if your mind is still on old girl from 3 months ago.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, she had that,
That's easy.
but there's a reason you're not with old girl from 3 months back too, because she lacking something.
Yeah.
Or else she would still be there.
The windows out, she doing something. Yeah.
So at the end of the day, the sex can always change. People can get better at stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, my last little poke. Jerrica, what's your feelings towards like dress code? Like, let's say, because he's an in shape individual. So, like, let's say, would you approve of him like going to everyday situations, just shirt off all the time? The shorts to show his, leg definition a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No.
you wouldn't approve of that?
Nope.
What about clubbing and stuff like that? What if he liked the club? You know what I'm saying? Go out, let's say every week.
Every week.
Every week. Well, what's your limits?
Every week, I don't know about every week. Like every other week or something, like cool. But every week, no.
So, Jay, what's your stance on those kind of things? Like, let's say she was out and see-through. Let's say she was going out every weekend and stuff like that. What's your limits on that kind of stuff?
It depends on the company. To me, I think if a woman in a relationship with you, I think most women are naturally going to choose something that respects the man that they would if they with a man. Now, if she with me, put that shit on. That's how I feel. If she want to wear the see-through whatever with me, that's totally different, because I know she came with me and she leaving with me. But, and that's okay to do when you with your significant other, but if you know that you got somebody, then most people would probably not do over the top stuff that's gonna bring extra attention or put themselves in a position to disrespect the person that they with. But I think, if your girl with you, hell yeah, because if she can't be herself with me, where else she supposed to be able to be herself with? She should be comfortable wearing whatever when she with me because she know it's all good. But as a man also, you need to be secure enough to handle that because a lot of people want to be with people that they really can't handle. And what I mean by that is every dude want a bad woman until he can't handle
What come with that?
He can't handle every other dude looking and gawking at her. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people want that, but it's certain stuff that come with certain people.
That's true.
And everybody ain't ready for that.
Look, when you say put that shit on, I get it.
Yeah,
But
I want her to be absolutely top tier.
So check this out though. Like you said, it's gonna be other people out there like trying to get on her if she wearing like little short shorts and stuff like that. What's a woman's purpose of doing that if she already got you? Why not just show me that in private? You know, are you seeking attention or are you just trying to like what's your purpose? We already know you look good.
I think
because you can still dress down, not down, but like presentable without having to show so much cleavage.
I understand that,
You
but
know,
it also it depends on atmosphere. It depends on where we're going because you don't want to step out with your woman and put her in a position where she feel like she gotta dial herself down or not be comparable to what's in the room. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be real. Half of what we like is the beauty in them.
Absolutely.
So my thing is this, it don't really matter what she put on at the end of the day. She might want to wear that because she might want to feel sexy for me that night, regardless of if she can show it to me in private. But being out in private with your woman is totally different than being in public with your woman too. So yeah, I mean, hell, think about it. You pick who you like because you're attracted to them, not because you don't want to show them off. Hell, when you with somebody, you want to show them off. You want somebody to see.
So when you picking out a fit, whether you with a man or not, are you considering how that make him look or feel?
I do. Or I will.
And would you ask him like, do you
I'll be
think
like,
it's too much?
Like, how you like this? Think I should wear this?
And he'd be like, that's cool because we together. But he was like, well, if it's a situation where he's not, he's like, well, it looked good to me, but because I'm not with you, I don't feel like that's the best thing to wear. Because if something happens, I'm gonna feel bad because I wasn't there to,
If he's not with me?
Yeah. So I think you should change. And you should change now.
No, not that like that now. Damn, about that part.
No, I'll just fuck with you, but I'm just saying, like, people like, baby, I don't think that's the best thing to wear. Consider I'm not gonna be there. How would that feel to you? Like, would you be like, well, let me change something? And,
I probably wouldn't change.
You wouldn't change? You think?
I wouldn't change.
Now, what if he's telling you this, trying to be, he's telling you this knowing that this is a deal breaker for him?
Yeah.
If it's a deal breaker, then okay.
See, but he can't just tell you that because
respect is a deal breaker.
Right.
That would be being mean. So he's trying to tell you in a nice way, sweetheart, I would really appreciate it if you would just change. You know what I'm saying? But in your head, you like, dang, you telling me what to do. I'm going to do what I want to do anyway. So you looking at it in a negative light when he just trying to say, hey, you're a representation of me when you leave here.
Mm.
And I'm not. Okay. So y'all saying
not,
when you not with that person. Okay, if I'm not with that person,
we gonna say that y'all together.
Not together.
But you going out with your homegirl, he's not going. And so he's like, I like what you got on, but I just feel like it's best that you don't wear that and be too revealing because I'm not going to be there.
Yeah.
If I'm there, then
it's different.
A respectful man would hesitate to approach you, do certain things, say certain things. You know what I mean? But he's expressing to you that this is about protection, not about controlling. Protection.
Yeah, so if me as a woman, I respect myself going out and I ain't finna be looking any type of way either.
So you saying if you say
you're dressed for
so you would?
Yeah. If I'm by myself, right?
Yeah. So you would change what you got on.
So what if y'all have a disagreement in what you believe is respectful versus what he believes is respectful? How do y'all resolve that? Because like you say, I'm gonna dress how I see fit is respectful, you know what I'm saying? But if it's not what he sees fit as respectful, it's not respectful.
And the whole time he's the breadwinner, he's paying the bulk of the bills too.
Finances don't even matter. He's your leader.
I'm just saying, I'm just putting the factors out there because, you have some people that they feel how they feel, and that's just it. And then you have people that feel a way, but they can kind of step back and kind of consider things and think about it. Like, is this a situation where I just want to stand on business when later on it's not going to be a favorable outcome versus, let me stay in my place as a helpmate, as a woman, as somebody that wants to be a wife, and somebody that wants to be a helpmate, a follower of a leader, want to have provision, want to be provided for or whatever, and be protected and stuff, because with that comes a level of control, a level of authority that comes with it. How can I lead you if I can't tell you this, that, and the third, and you listen? How can I lead you? So, and we've expressed that this is a situation where it's not like he said, yeah, you look damn good, but it would be different if I was with you. You going out by yourself.
Yeah,
You going out with your
okay, well, yeah.
homegirls. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But it's different.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. Now, will it take that much convincing for him to convince you of that in a relationship? Because that can be exhausting.
Yeah.
No.
So
What's
she
up?
say, Jay, man, nigga, you need to cover up some of them muscles. I don't like that, nigga.
She says it's disrespectful to her. Would you say, if you love her, would you be willing to change?
Shit by.
I mean, where we at? And what context?
So
Because
we asked
that's
her.
kinda-
Hey, let's say you going out with your boy, you going out with me. Shit, we finna go out, we finna go kick it. That got me. She not tagging along though. So shit, it's just the boys, fellas night
It's
out
not a
type
pool
shit.
party.
Ain't no pool party, nothing like that. We just going shit, brewskis.
All right, so what am I wearing? Because it's kind of super hard to be like,
Okay,
You
so
say
it's
like a
a revealing
tank top.
outfit you can wear to show off your muscles.
yeah.
And she tell you to change.
She like, I don't.
Is you
that ain't what's
changed?
happening.
You want to wear it.
that ain't a big deal.
That ain't a big deal. Now,
I
is
mean,
it a
if
big
that's
deal
what
if she
she-
tell you she don't want to change?
I mean, I would expect the same consideration that I'm giving. I mean, but at the end of the day, I guess it'll be about,
How she said?
well, picking your battles. Is it really worth it in that moment?
Yeah.
For me, but for me, I don't really care. Like,
This how she said matter.
I mean, if she don't like it, she don't like it. Like again, a
Cause you
lot
know
of
how our women can be.
yeah. I think tone is always
For sure.
a part of whatever message you're trying to get across. I think that always matter. But if she don't like it, it's not a big deal to switch to another shirt or change the
feel
shirt. I think that's something that's very minute.
Yeah. And I think y'all both agreed on that. So I
Now,
feel like y'all both
both did
compatible
agree
on
on
that
that.
aspect. For real, y'all
Now, I
did.
do want to identify. Now, that's how simple it's supposed to be. Like how
No
he was just like,
explanation.
because he was in the bathroom on that part.
Yep.
But he came back and he was just like, shoot, if she don't like it,
Boy.
shoot, it ain't worth me going against her on it. I'ma just.
Yeah, he was like, you know what it is, what it is.
But she did agree. She said she would definitely,
She
what I'm
did.
saying, change if you asked her to, you know what I'm saying, because she love you. She care about you and she want to respect you. So she say the
Yeah.
same thing.
But
For
we
real.
good. We good.
Very good, yeah.
We
Straight up.
So now that we getting to the end of things,
Mm-hmm.
how do you feel the date has went so far? You don't have to make a decision yet. You just gotta tell her, how do you think the date has went so far? Like, do you feel like you know her pretty good right now? Like from the moment you came in to now, do you got any other questions you want to really reach out and ask her real quick before, we wrap things completely up?
Not any questions right off the top. I think she's a gorgeous young lady.
Yeah.
Obviously, everything that we talked about today has been pretty superficial. But I'm single, I'm dating, I'm always open to getting to know somebody and see where we stand. If she the best person for me, then she'll be the best person for me. If she not, then that still doesn't take away from her value of being, the right person for somebody else. But so far, so good. I think she answered and she spoke for herself very well. Despite being shy or being nervous, which is okay.
Good thing. Yeah.
That's okay. You know,
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm probably a little nervous too when we go back and watch certain parts of this, but I think overall she's got a good baseline to start with. I see a lot of room for potential in her as a person. And the biggest thing that she's not afraid to be accountable.
That's right.
If that's the truth, then
Yeah.
you know you can always work with that. So
Okay.
So, Jerrica,
Well, Jerrica, how do you feel?
how do you feel it's been going so far? How do you like the conversation? You know, how do you like Jay so far?
He a better communicator than me.
Hey,
He's
a
way
man's supposed
better
to
than
lead,
me.
right?
I don't, yeah.
You know, so you already got
But
the
it was
leadership role down
great.
pat.
It was real great.
Do you have like tingles in here?
Like butterflies?
Butterfly.
Mm,
Yeah.
no.
Okay, that's good. Okay,
That's good, yeah.
I heard that, girl.
Okay.
So, well, we got one more decision to make. E, if you don't mind presenting,
Absolutely.
what y'all digging up back here, bro?
if you decide we have one glass encased balloon that one of the hosts can pop on your command. If you say, I don't want to go through with this, then they will pop that balloon and this will be the end of y'all's journey.
So we done came to the
End of the road.
end of the road for sure. I feel like it was a great conversation on both sides, even if, you know, things don't continue, viewership can see like, okay, I didn't think about that when it
Yeah.
comes to mating, dating, from both perspectives. Somebody can take something from it and implement that in their own life, in their dating process, et cetera, et cetera. So with that, as a host, I'm content with that. I would love for you guys to continue what y'all got going on. But it's ultimately not up to me.
It's up to y'all.
It's up to y'all. And now is the time to, you know, see what is really going on out here. See if the connection is really what we thought it would be.
So, as we always do, ladies first. We'll leave it up to the lady. You know what I'm saying? How you feeling?
I'll continue. Yeah, I'll continue.
Yeah, I think it's worth it. Like I said, she handled herself pretty well today. So I see some other things I would like to pick her brain about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And maybe in a different environment
Yeah, for sure.
and see how that goes. So
We good? Everything good?
You good? Hey, what we doing?
Yeah. Put that lid on there. That thing ain't getting popped today. Not today.
Yes, sir.
I'm so happy for y'all.
You know what I'm saying?
What are y'all? What would be the first date? Like, I guess I should start by asking you, Jason. I mean, I'm pretty sure she gonna want you to take the lead on it.
honestly, it'd probably be something interactive, something fun. Nothing like a movie. I don't feel like that's a good first date. You know, because you want to be somewhere where you can look at the person and really talk and have a conversation. So it'll probably be some social or something interactive or something competitive, some fun where we can enjoy, you know, some competition, but also get some friendly laughs.
Yeah, for
You know,
sure.
and some social time in between there. That's me, unless she just got something else particular like that she prefer to do. I'm pretty flexible.
Okay.
That's good. How you feel about that, Jerrica?
That's perfect.
I know that's right. I know that's right.
You are.
I'm just happy for y'all. I love, you know?
Hey,
Especially if
that's why
I
we
had
find
something to do with
love,
it. You know what I'm
feel
saying?
me? You know what I'm
Well, I
saying?
mean, man, that's been our segment
Yeah.
of finding love. Cause this wasn't scripted. We
At
didn't
all.
tell nobody what they should do. It was none of that, you know. So it's like a breath. It's like a breath of fresh air.
It really is,
to
man.
know that
It really is.
it was a genuine connection. Cause
Yeah.
we did put a lot of work into, you know, making sure that y'all had mutual interests outside looking in,
Facts.
and you know, things like that.
Facts.
Ladies out there, Y'all better tap in with us.
For
No
real.
kids in the career field that he in growing. She and her, they in the same career field. It's
Come
crazy.
on,
How
man.
can
We
you get
find the
better than
love.
that?
That's what we do.
Listen, if you made it all the way to the end of this episode, drop in the comments, and we want you to comment speak or easy in the comments. Hit the notification bell,
For real.
like it,
Like,
subscribe, share it to your people, all your friends that you know looking for love. You know, let them know, because this is the place to find it.
That's it.
What you got to say, E?
Man, I'm gonna say, man, look, like, subscribe, share, tune in. Hey, cause we got another one in the books.
Speak easy!
Let's go.
I told them to keep the comparisons, I don't compare to them, we not the same at all. Be playing these niggas, that shit so embarrassing, that's why I'm glad I'm a dog. Look, when you mad at her, that when she texting my phone, like pick up this me finna call.